My name is Lidat Bulu Kitia Gementera. I have Sapling Trust.
Okay, a sapling is a tree that you've planted that has just shot up. And why we chose the name sapling is because you're able to mold a tree while it is still very young. So when we get the children at the center, we are able to mold them uh, so that they can become acceptable in the society. We mold them in a certain way so to make them better people in the society.
We started up the foundation, two couples who have special children. We have a special boy, and the other couples have a special boy who is schooling in this center. And the other lady is a lawyer. And the five of us are the ones who started up the foundation.
I used to work with a bank, and I'd been there since I was very young, and I was actually going up the ladder. And I realized that my son was not doing very well because he'd improve, then he'd slide back down. So I talked with my husband, and I told him that it is important that I take more time with my son so that he can be able to improve more. So I stayed home with him, and I was taking him for different therapies. That's when I realized how difficult it was to actually keep taking him to different places. We place the children depending on their abilities. So we have the beginners class, which we call Olive class, which has the very small children who have not learnt a lot of basic skills. So we train them on activities of daily living. We train them, like the activities of daily living are things like dressing, like potty training, feeding themselves, basic things of that nature. We normally have to train most of them here. Then eventually they go on learning on literacy. So we have different categories of children and literacy levels. We even have one class where we are training the children, which is a bit more advanced. So we are training the children so that we can be able to integrate them to regular schools. And we've had success with quite a number of children.
Sapling Trust nimesaidika sana, mtoto wangu amesaidika sana hapa. Amefanyiwa, maana yake kuanzia ilikuwako hawezi kutembea vizuri, hawezi kuongea, hawezi kuandika. Hata ile kukaa kwake kusimama pia balancing hand, lakini sasa amesaidika sana hapa. Ameweza sasa, anaongea, anaweza kuandika, na umesaidika kwa physiotherapy na occupational therapy. Hata occupational therapy anaweza kuvaa nguo zake mwenyewe, kujisaidia mwenyewe. Ilikuwa kwa hiyo hawezi, lakini hapa nashukuru sana Sapling Trust. Wamenisaidia sana, mtoto ameendelea vizuri sana.
My name is Nirmala, and I've been at Sapling for 4.5 years now. I had a spinal injury which left me paralyzed from the lower body, from the middle belly downwards. So there was no movement completely in my legs. But now, after all the therapy, the machines I've used here at Sapling, I can walk around now, and I'm much better.
Since we started in 2010, we have had over 200 clients pass through, both adult and children, mostly children, of course. Some of these children are children that the parents had actually thought nothing could be done. But when they come here, they really are grateful that they get the assistance that they require. in terms of therapies, in terms of education, and in terms of also diet and counseling, in order to be able to, live a more wholesome life.
Mimi nilipopata mtoto huyu kuanzia mwanzo pale nilijua ni mtoto fulani, okay, vile alivyo. So from the beginning nikaanza kumshughulikia, yani sikutaka alemai, yani akai hivi hivi. Na kuna hata hapa mnaona kuna wazazi wengi wanaficha watoto wao kama hao. Hivyo ni makosa yani. Kwa hivyo ningefurahi, yani ingekuwa jambo zuri sana kama wao wanampenda mtoto wao wamlete kwenye center kama hizi apate usaidizi.
One thing that I'd like to mention here is most of the boys that you have seen in the classes today, they came here when they were growing children, because 9 years is not a short time indeed. And within the 9 years, you have seen children who came here knowing nothing but crawling babies. Today they are big men. Today most of them are able to write, most of them are able to do some little genetics. And this is what gives us a lot of satisfaction in our work. And it also gives us a reason for moving forward. We have categorized the semesters into 3, just like the other normal school running cadets. And for every semester we are charging about 40,000. That is subsidized rate of 40,000. I don't know how it happens so, but most of the parents who have these special children come from very, very humble backgrounds. And there comes a point whereby even some of them have to subsidize for their fare to bring the children here to school. And these are the things that have been bothering us over the years. But thank God we are where we are today. We must mention that we are doing much better than when we started. The challenges are still there, because when we came to this place, the rent we are paying for the facility was in the region of 70,000. Today we are paying over 130,000 per month. So it's also a challenge. But the well wishes and most of our friends have come up to assist us in a big way.
Having a child who is special, they bring so much joy to your life. When you just sit with them, the basic things that they do, the kind of laughter that they have, it really brings a lot of joy. We have very different varieties of people, and learning is in so many different ways. So it has helped me to open up my mind, even to my regular children, to their different learning abilities, and understanding that you do not have to train children to do one specific thing, like just academics. You can look at their different traits and their different abilities and help them in whatever category that they are able to do best in. As a person who was in the financial institution, sometimes you tend to get stuck on one career path, basically. I have found the change has really been enriching for me. Had I remained just in the banking institution, I think I would have been very narrow-minded, so to speak. So it is important when you have a feel in your heart that you'd like to impact society in a different way. It's important to branch out and do that. Just take a step, and the rest sort of falls in place with time. Yeah, it's never easy, but you should not give up once you start doing something. It normally works out eventually.